Welcome back.
NicknLex here.
Hey everyone.
How's it going, guys? So today we got updates,
Yes,
info, celebrations, heartache, all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
That is part of the life. So yeah. So what are we gonna? Let's start. Okay, today 17th of August.
several things happened in several different years. I guess we should start in order. In 2015, we moved to the United States.
Today.
No, 16. I'm sorry. 2016, we moved to the United States.
No, 2015.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember it well because we were there, and I remember typing in something, and it was 2015. We were already living.
Okay, yeah, you're
But
right.
I mean, it's confusing.
Yes. Okay, so 2015, we moved to the United States.
August
17th.
today.
so
So
crazy.
Yeah. So we've been here for seven
and that's
years?
why I thought you had said 8 years, so that's why I went back a year.
I messed up. But then it would have been in 2014.
Yeah. Well, 2015 would be 7 years.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
so that's one thing. So yes, so we've been here for 7 years. Unbelievable.
And
for
crazy
us.
because we've been here, like, in our time together. Now we've been in the United States longer than we ever were in Mexico throughout the time of our relationship, which is very weird and crazy because we talk about our life in Mexico so much and it feels like so recent. And it's just insane to think that now we have more memories here. So, wow.
And also another thing was, like, I always wanted to move to Europe. So I always said to Alexa, no. We're never moving to the US because you had already lived here so long. So I wanted to move with her to Europe, so that didn't happen. So now we're here. Now, another amazing thing, and I didn't even know this, and you can check this because when you go on NicknLex,
we can actually put the picture. Oh, or you can check.
Yeah.
No,
You guys can check. Just go on NicknLex and check channel
about
and it's gonna say August 17th 2017. That's the day when I decided to create a YouTube account, just to, like, be able to comment, and I was not even uploading anything for 4 years. I just created that account,
and it was always named NicknLex. And this came from when we bought our very first PlayStation 3, our very first console together. It asks you for, like, a username,
like a gamer tag.
And since we had bought it together, and actually that was probably the first big thing that we ever bought together. So since it was going to be both of ours, half and half,
before buying a car,
we were like NicknLex.
That's where that name comes from. The whole YouTube name was created in 2011.
Yeah.
So crazy stuff. So you want to check it out, go on the channel. Today's the channel's birthday, so happy birthday, NicknLex.
And YouTube channel sent us like a really cute
we
thing.
Should post it. I thank God, because I clicked on it, and then I took a screenshot, but then I clicked on it, and then it's now gone. You can't see it anymore. So we can post that picture day in the community.
Perfect.
So that's awesome. So that's 2 things of today, but we also wanted to tell you what's going to happen next.
Yes. So speaking of Europe and how Nick has always wanted to move back, for those of you who don't know, he is from Germany, as is his mom, but she is living in Spain at the moment. So she has been living there for the past
6 years.
6 years. She was here in the States with us, but she didn't have health insurance here, of course, because Nick was barely getting his residency and everything. So just the opportunity came up for her to.
Yeah. So let me just
Yeah, that's why I was like,
yeah,
you say what you need to say. Let me just
interject. So
yeah,
basically, my mom got scratched by a cat, in Mexico, and basically it was just a scratch. So she was kind of like, we got some antibiotics. We went to the doctor, and okay, use this cream. Okay, good. So, okay, and then we left. This is when she came to Guadalajara. So basically, my mom, we moved out, and we have been independent for like so long now. It's insane. But so she moved she moved into our house.
Exactly. But when she got there, she already had the cat scratch.
She was sick.
So the cat scratch happened
while she was alone.
From when we moved out to when she moved in with us during that span of time. She did get very ill, and we took her in to live with us.
Yeah.
In another city, we moved her and her dog and everything.
Right. So basically, we were working in Guadalajara, which is in Mexico, and then the opportunity arose to move to the United States. That's what we did. We took her with us. We took the dog, everything. And then we started to notice, like months in, like 6 months in, okay, what's happening with the scratch? It's not going away. It's actually getting bigger.
Yes.
Okay. So.
And a scab would happen, and then the scab would fall off, and it seemed like a never-ending cycle.
Yeah. So to make it a little shorter on the whole thing, so then my aunt from Austria gets there. She my mom's sister, and she's like, well, basically, she said, she painted this picture like, hey, why don't you move to Spain? And that's the reason why she's in Spain. Where your brother lives, he has an extra apartment where you could live, and he's going to provide for you, and he's going to do all this stuff. And I heard this on the phone, and he was like, oh my God, my mom's name is Claudia. Claudia, please come, and I'm so alone, and it's gonna be wonderful.
So this is Nick's uncle,
right? My uncle, and I'm gonna care for you, and I'm gonna give you I'm gonna basically take care of you. And I was like, wow, this is amazing, perfect, wonderful.
Obviously, since she's a European citizen, she would have the healthcare there, and we just never considered that option because
But he said, I'm gonna give you the health insurance. I'm going to give you dental because my mom lost all of her teeth because of an accident. So she was wearing a prosthetic, all kinds of stuff. So
her glasses. So not that he was going to give it to her, but he was going to help her make sure that she would file everything with the state and the government to have that.
Yeah. Now to make it a little bit shorter, because this has been years in the process. So there were some good times. So he never did anything for her. So this girlfriend that he was with, he basically got her health insurance. They couldn't do the teeth. It's too expensive. He just said, oh no, I don't have money for you. Once she got there, it was just like
totally different
yeah,
story.
I said that, but I don't think so. No glasses, no help with a passport to this day. Just basically treating her like a second, just like
a pest, like something that you don't want.
That's disturbing. Like, and he would like kick the dog. He's just a complete asshole. He's like the embodiment of a person who doesn't care, who's just plain evil.
Now, throughout this time, we should mention, going back to the scratch, it took a very long time for Nick's uncle's girlfriend to be able to file the health insurance. During this time, this was not being treated. Like, she was unable to get attention, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, until it developed into a skin cancer. So that is what she has been dealing with. And throughout this time, the tissue around, it's been just getting bigger and bigger. And now it's...
So basically now, like, if you look at it, and I'm not going to post a picture of this, it's because it just looks straight out of a slasher movie. So half of her nose is gone, and it's now under her eye, and she's already blind on this eye because she had an accident when she was 13. A glass bottle, frozen glass bottle under warm water exploded in her face. So she didn't lose the eye, but she can't see. So if the cancer goes into her eye, she would be completely blind. So well, now to make it not too long, they never took care of the eye, the nose. My brother went there. He didn't take care of the nose. So it's like ridiculous. Like, it's like, what are you doing? Like, why do we have to go? The ones that are furthest away, I've been calling her almost every day for the last 6 years. She never tells me anything. Everything is always okay, supposedly. But she would tell me, oh, we got into a fight. I don't get along with my brother. Typical, family drama. And sometimes they would get along, but most of the time they don't. So, but the problem is that he never took her to the hospital. He never, just by looking at her, it's like, what's wrong with your face? Usually a normal person takes a person to the hospital and it's done. So this was never done.
Now, another thing to add to this is, since there was a feud in the family, her dog, who came with her from Mexico, by the way, from Puerto Vallarta, was an issue. So in order to not leave the dog alone, she did not attend her medical appointments, her follow-ups, any of the scans, the surgery itself, which was to remove the skin cancer.
She didn't
go. A whole team came from out of city to do the surgery. She failed to appear. So
because of the dog, she didn't want to
leave the dog alone with her brother, which, okay, is understandable. So now having to reschedule all of these appointments, reevaluate the whole situation all over again, start from scratch, and having to start the process over. Meanwhile, her brother decided, with police involvement, that he did not want her living in his home anymore.
He kicked her out.
So additionally, she does not have a place to live. She's been in the hospital where she's being treated, but they're saying she can't reside there. We will treat her, but we will not house her, basically. So we find ourselves now in the situation where we're having to go to Spain. That's the announcement, along with just being extremely candid and detailed about what's been going on with Nick's mom for several reasons. A lot of you have expressed interest and concern with the situation and have been asking questions, and it's been months now that she's not this most recent part, but months in the conversation of our videos, and maybe even going into the year. So we'll be leaving to Spain on Monday, basically. So we wanted to let you guys know. So basically
we have to, when we're trying to make videos, that's why we're only releasing one video, as you've noticed, because we still want to have videos basically on a day, but we're probably not going to be able to make new videos. We try to maybe take the laptop and just, if we have some free time, but for the first 2 weeks, we're just going to have to see where she's going to live, who's going to operate her. Her passport was never
expired.
Renewed. So listen to this. So her passport is expired. So her brother says, oh, mine is expired too. I'm going to go tomorrow to Barcelona and renew it. And she's like, oh, wonderful. No, you're not coming with me.
This was 6 months ago.
To a person who can't see, who can barely walk, that's just plain evil. So that's the situation. So I'm actually quite happy that she's not living there anymore with this animal.
And she said, obviously, no matter what, she will not go back there.
Yeah, but now obviously it's too late because she's now mentally more just challenged. She's under a lot of medication. In the hospital, a lot of medication. So her think patterns are very off. She doesn't really know on what day she lives. She calls me at 3 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes for me at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., she never knows what day it is. So it's very, very hard. So that's the situation. They've been kind enough in Spain in that hospital to let her stay there for the time being, but we've been going forth every day per email with the Spanish social workers. They're telling us she is already past due. We're doing this because we're
to not put her on the street. Basically, they've been waiting for us to get there to resolve.
Yeah. So as you can see, I know you know this, guys. Family is always tough. Like, family drama is the worst. And sometimes the people that you think are the most, you know, the people are going to help you the most are the ones that help you the least. It just happens. I've seen it so many times with my own father. I could tell you an entire book about my father, but I'm not going to do that today.
Aunts, uncles, siblings are doing absolutely nothing.
My brother is doing absolutely nothing. I mean, people from this community, such as, I'm going to give him credit, Rudi is making phone calls. He lives in Germany. He's being an absolutely complete wonderful friend and dear friend. Like, I can't express it. Rudi is a person that you guys have to treasure. He does more than my own brother. My brother took 3 days, 3 days to see my mom. The only thing he did is take the dog and put her in some random hospital. He didn't do anything.
Where they kicked her out while he was already on the highway back home.
They kicked her out. So then she was bleeding half to death at the apartment when nobody cared. It's just such a crazy drama. And I don't want to speak bad about my brother, but I mean, he just doesn't care. So I'm not going to speak good about him either. So now I guess it's the only thing we can do is for us to go.
Yes. And this all goes to say, while we're there, we want to resolve the operation. We want to make sure that the operation happens, that she gets reevaluated for the operation, attend as many appointments as we can to ensure that Claudia is not refusing the appointments either. So making sure that she is complying with the medical team who is there to help her. But like Nick said, her mental state is not the best. Maybe our presence there during the 3 weeks that we'll be there will aid in that as well. And we also need to find her a place to live. The government has said that they will not cover her home, like given that she is a person who's capable of feeding herself, dressing herself, the basic like motor skills and functions are there. Maybe not mentally, but they are like evaluating her on there as well. But she did like pass the evaluation. But they said that she does not qualify for the public housing for that reason. So now we're gonna look into a private housing, which starts at 2,500 euros per month. And that's without the services of like aiding and helping her take medication. It's basically just like a rent. People will be there, of course, but extra things cost like more. So this obviously goes to say, because this trip will be a very, very large expense for us. Flights, car rentals, given that we don't have family that we can stay with, hotel or Airbnb for the entire time that we're there. Which it looks like is going to be 3 weeks at this point. So lack of videos, just to let you guys know. And just...
So she's not going to get paid, of course, because you can take 3 weeks off and get paid.
And it's not qualified for FMLA because it's in law. So I asked about that at work, and it's going to be
also
leave
because
without
we're
pay.
doing less videos. So basically, it's like just a huge... dent
financial burden.
So what we were thinking of maybe is doing a GoFundMe experiment. You know, I mean, let's see if that works. I mean, if you guys want to help, you're welcome to do so.
We got this suggestion from some friend in the comment section who knew about the situation, and we thought, why not? So
why not give it a try?
We know that you guys are there for us, and in the comments and liking and subscribing, and if you're a Patreon, you know, in that manner as well, and all of that truly helps. So we'll leave the link in the description for this cause, basically, which is caring for Nick's mom for the next few months indefinitely, the expense of her home, because, and her medical bills.
She wants to she doesn't want to, I don't want her she doesn't have any business in Spain. Like, she's not a Spanish citizen, she's a German citizen. But Germany is also, it's gonna be too cold. She has arthritis. And she wants to go to Mexico. She lived in Mexico.
That's her
she
dream.
loved it. So what we're gonna try is get her to be operated on, get her in the best health status possible, and then fly her to Mexico, where, thank God, Alexia's mom just moved to Mexico, and your stepdad lives in Mexico. So that's nothing secure, because we can't burden them with my mom, but at least they live in the same city where she has some family.
If something were to happen or anything,
she has someone
to go check.
But they're not gonna pay for her rent or
of course.
So it's just, we want to put her in the same city as Alexia's mom, so there's someone who can do something in a case of an emergency. So that's basically,
and that's the end game. We don't know how far away that is. We don't know during the time that we're there, like a day after we arrive, she has an appointment to see if she qualifies for the operation, just because they have to literally start everything from scratch that they've been doing for the last couple of years. So, and again, this is all because some appointments she attended, others she did not. So the information that they've gathered was sporadic, and now they don't know like the advancement of the cancer and her heart and all of the other medical conditions that she has going on. So
it's literally like, just the thing is, the cancer is one thing, but she was for the last 4 months or 5 months, she's been suffering from water in her lungs, and because her in her legs, and she's being treated with medicine, but it was so bad that she couldn't even, she was like constantly just like doing that, because there was so much water in her lungs. And the reason is because the heart is not functioning normally anymore, so the water is not being distributed correctly, so it's going into the lungs.
She has a catheter in her heart that needs removal. Just a lot of things that we're taking on the responsibility.
And it's just crazy, because she was like in perfect health aside from the scratch when she left the United States to Spain 6 years ago. And I've been talking to her literally like almost on a daily basis, and she never tells me anything. She never said,
she told us that they weren't wanting to treat her, that they weren't wanting to give her the operation. And then COVID happened, of course. COVID happened, and she's like, I can't go to the doctor because they don't see people because of COVID, which is obviously so we were getting a totally different side of the story.
We're always getting, and now finally I was blessed that we called and we got in touch with certain people, the social worker, the doctors, so we now have direct communication of her with her doctors, because she basically just makes up stuff. She's like, oh, they're gonna operate my cancer tomorrow, and of course it's not true. So it's been taking a toll on us both. Like, we can't continue like this. My brother already proved to us that he's not interested. He doesn't call us. He doesn't text us.
Not a word.
He knows that he's in the hospital. The last time he texted me was 2 months ago, and he's not interested. And he is doing fine. He has 2 successful businesses, and he's just like, I don't have any money. That's basically like what he says. And it is what it is. I mean, that's what happened. I mean, I've seen it in your family. I've seen it in other families. It's just a bummer that family members, at the hour of truth, like when it really matters, they back off, and I mean, she has 2 siblings. They don't care. If she dies tomorrow, they would be, they don't care. So we do care. So that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna try and make the best of it. I mean, if we might have to go to Germany and see something about her birth certificate,
passport,
and her passport renewal. I mean, if I can show her Munich, it's gonna be at least something. It's gonna be bittersweet, because I'm gonna go back after 30 years of not being in my hometown. I'm gonna see it, and I'm gonna at least be with Alexia. So that's gonna be
my first time. Well, I can't say so this is my second time traveling overseas. The first time I went, I was 15 years old, and I went to a summer camp for photography in the south of France, but I have never planned a trip of this caliber in short notice on a financial budget. And without ever having done this before, because the last time I went to Europe, I got on the plane that my mom said, I got off the plane, I got picked up by a shuttle, it took me to where I needed to go. It was all planned and in a group. I didn't ever have to worry about anything. And just doing this is unreal in this amount of time. So this goes to say that if there is any way that you can help, or if there's anyone you know, for example, in Germany, or you're there and, you know, like Rudy has been offering his help, we are now in your hands, our YouTube family, and we love and appreciate you all of your kind words, your support, your prayers, your emails to check up on us, just like truly mean everything to us.
And trust me, guys, like, this video is not easy to make. I've never been about asking for money or support. We've never been like that, but this time it's
a lot, and it's all coming down from every direction. Like Nick said, it's leave without pay from work for basically the entire time. And
that's not even the worst. What scares me the most is like getting there,
unexpected expenses.
Like, dude, like, you know, you have to take her out of the hospital. What hospital? Where she's gonna be? What can they take care of her?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? How much that's gonna cost? Because we can kind of like calculate what hotel costs. But what if we have to stay longer? That's just the uncertainty. That's kind of what messes with me. But we're going to try the best of it. We have been lucky, Alexa and I, when we do something, usually it works out very, very good. Everything we have like planned, or when we left Puerto Vallarta, everything fell into place when we left. I mean, yes, of course, there's always a struggle, but that's how life is. But even when we went to Florida, it was very difficult, very unexpected things happened. Which I don't think we should go into detail with that. No, but I mean, but we overcame it. We fell on our feet again, and then we came here, and we are on our feet, and we've always been fighters. We've always been hardworking, and that's why we
hate to burden you with all of this bad news, because like Nick said, this is something that we've had going on since before we started the channel. Obviously, since just as long as you can see us. So this is something that we want to keep the channel positive. That's why we decided to wait to make the video to share the positive news of the channel birthday, and like our anniversary of moving to the US, and just to not make it all about this. But to be honest, this is something that's always with us, always on our minds. This is the reason why we limit, I mean, not the reason, but one of the reasons, my back, the stress, just everything piling up on top of each other, and not always being mentally available to, you know, although we love making the videos, it's, our time has been invested in other things and matters. So, but we've made this video, I think, a good length to summarize years of information.
It's been a good length. We could make a 3-hour or a 6-hour video on this, but no. But just like keep in mind, I just want you to, like, on a lighter note, Alexa and I were always strong. We're always loving. We care about each other. Yes, we're not the perfect couple. Yes. If you see us here, like, we do get into fights like everyone else does, but at the end of the day, we always, you know, like, how do you say, prevail. We always laugh it off. We have our fights, but 5 minutes later we're good. So no matter what we're going through, it's always together, and we always have each other. So we always have our backs, and I think that's how I want to end the video, that the way you see us, We're always best friends. We love each other, and we're just best friends.
And
yes, we're husband and wife, but we, after 12 years of being together, we still
13.
treat each other 13. Okay, we treat each other with respect and kindness, and we care, and I guess that's what holds this whole thing afloat.
Exactly. Right? And that's a very good point, because I don't want you guys to be like, oh, you're pretending on camera. Absolutely not. We always make time for fun. We always make time for obviously you guys, the channel, the community that we've built. Just we've found a way to, like, you know, have like all of these hands. I feel like I always have all of these hands. Doing
I can't
things.
wait until I don't even know how the channel will feel without this burden. I mean, once my mom is out of Spain, once she lives in Mexico, I would be on a totally different mental, and Alexia as well, because since you've seen us in the first video, we've been under this stress, and it's just that, and then work is like super stressful. COVID happened, more stress, you know, all this like stuff. So I mean, I know everybody goes through it. You guys go through it. We've had emails of guys like Jim, you know, who go through surgeries, heartbreaks,
losses.
People lose people, you know, losses, and we've been like, it's tough.
We're blessed. We're blessed because we have each other to go through this, and neither of us has to go through this alone. And I can't imagine going through something like this alone. And just the fact that we have each other, and now we have you guys. You guys are a blessing. When I read comments of just when we have shared here and there personal bits of information, the words of support and kindness that are brought along from people who 2 years ago were strangers to us are now considered, honestly, true and dear close friends.
Yeah, I mean, we have like, for example, with Rudy, we have phone calls on Skype or, you know, like Messenger.
Mark.
Or with Mark, we have phone calls. Like, whoever wants to like come closer,
Tony.
we are. We've talked with Tony. It's just about how close you want to get. I mean, some people are like a little bit more distant, and I understand. You know, everybody is like, I want my space, but also, we try to make the best of it. We go to concerts.
Yes.
Today we're going to go see E.T. So we try to be as happy as we can. We're not going to get depressed. We're not going to lose
too
hope.
Caught up in this, because
you can't.
Also, there's only so much we can do. And especially like there's only so much we can do from this distance. And that's why we're taking the time that we're taking. And like Nick said, if it needs to be more, who knows what's going to happen, but we're like, we have to take the matter into our own hands.
Means it's enough in Spanish.
So like taking the matter into our own hands, just doing it ourselves, not trusting anyone else to do it, because
I feel good about it. Like
it's going to be
I thought I had family that,
stressful.
I mean, I thought I had family that would help. Usually, like, you know, you can rely, but like I said, sometimes you can't. And I've seen just like documentaries of stuff that it's unbelievable, and it can happen to yourself as well.
Yes.
You know, so sometimes siblings just don't care. I literally Googled it, like, why does my sibling doesn't care? Why? How is that possible? And it's just circumstance, you know, it's just people have different visions or priorities,
and you can't force them to have the same priorities as you. So yes, it's like a given to some of us that our family is first, and a lot of you have understood that when we've posted stuff about family, and but a lot of people don't see it that way. And if you think about it, it's like, okay, well, that is their choice. Maybe it's not the same choice that you would make, but you have to like just say, okay, this is clearly what they prioritize in their life, and it's not this, and now it's going to be my number 111
It's
priority.
like the perfect example, for example, like of somebody who cares. Her dad has his mom living with them. She's 97 years old, and he every day puts her vitamins on the table, makes her exercise, breakfast. It's just like insane, and that's just the
and that's what I grew up with.
Yes, and that's the way I was raised too. I care about people. I care about other people, and like that's the way Alexia was raised by her father, and that's you can see it. You can see that he basically, instead of putting her into a home, which is very, very I guess common.
Yeah.
But he says, no, I want to take care of her. I take care of her way better than anybody else, and I admire that.
Yeah.
And that's the way I would do it. And then I said to Alexia, once your dad, becomes old, and he's very young right now, thank God, if he sees this. But if he gets,
he's very young.
Yeah. Well, we're not gonna talk about age, but if he would get older or sick, I'm gonna be there, every day. And I've done this with parents of my friends. I've cared for parents of a very good friend, and it was just a normal thing to do. So, well, I guess we have talked enough.
Yes.
And
it's
still a good video. It's still a positive video. We love you guys. We thank you for everything.
Exactly.
It's just something that's happening right now. Maybe in a year we can look back and say, wow, that's insane. Look at this video and say, wow, there was a lot of stuff happening. And now I know we will fall on our feet. We always do. I'm not giving up, and I'm never gonna be like negative or depressed about it. Let's just look forward, and we'll tackle this one too. Like, it's just another bump in the road. We have had so many already, Alexia and I. It's ridiculous. It's been quite a story. But we always do it, and I am scared a little bit, especially like going back to my city, and seeing my mom after 6 years. It's insane. But so it's a bittersweet thing. It's worrying, but it's also nice because I will see my mom in about 5 days. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then you will see her, and just like the whole thing. So it's like it's a lot exciting.
It's a lot. It's like Nick said, bittersweet is a good word. And but we are blessed to have you to hold our hand through this emotionally, and just knowing that you guys are there for us. So please excuse the delay in videos, the absence of videos. Please go rewatch our old ones if you'd like. Make a playlist of your favorites, whatever works for you. But honestly, you guys, we have plenty of material out there, and we trust that you'll be here when we get back, hopefully. And really just thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything, the friendships that we've created, the community that we've created between you guys, the music that we've discovered, the music we're going to be able to listen to on the trip because of the channel. Just so much to be thankful for, and truly appreciate all of you being here. If you're still watching this these many minutes later, but there was a lot to share, and we hope you guys just understand and are here.
That's it. No big we're not gonna say see you in the next one. We'll just see you when we see you.
Yeah.
And we have these videos that I already made, that we already
and we're
filmed.
gonna try and make as many as we can before we go.
Yeah, we're gonna try and just release one. These are all past before this video. So after this, I don't know if we're still gonna be able to make videos, and we only have 4 days left or so. We're gonna try our best to have at least one video of us, and just enjoy, and you guys take care. And like we said, if you want to help, that's cool. If you can't, that's cool as well. We don't expect anything. It's just, like I said, like an experiment. And if you can spare something, cool.
Yes.
But
Anything
if you don't,
helps.
then you're still loved the same way.
But,
don't
yeah.
feel bad, because I mean, sometimes we just don't have the funds to be a Patreon, or to spend $1 here, or to buy a coffee, or to help someone
Exactly.
with their, you know, I don't know, the situation that we're having.
Exactly.
So, you know, it's literally like, that's what I wanted to say. We're not asking. It's just, we wanted to
give you the option.
Yeah, give you the option.
Of...
If you can, cool. If you don't, that's awesome as well. You know, just if you maybe, you know, a prayer, and we're not even religious, but we do believe that
in energy and thoughts
if a lot of people, if all these 40,000 people that we have on this channel, and I mean only maybe like 1,000 are watching for real, you know? If they would get together and just send us good vibes, that's all we need.
Yes, I totally agree. Thank you all so much. Like Nick said, we'll be seeing you guys, and we'll be thinking of you guys and answering you in the comments, or in whatever way.
We'll definitely be sharing whatever we can.
Yes, so we'll maybe post pictures in the community. We'll try to do as much as we can.
Once we're in Spain, we'll send you a picture. If we go to Germany, we'll try and go to see, you know, a couple of churches. Munich is beautiful. We're gonna try and make the best of it. We have to. We can't just like sit there and be depressed. No, I'm not gonna do it. But like I said, it's gonna be bittersweet. It's gonna be stressful, but we're gonna try to make the best of it, and, you know, walk around Munich a little bit, and, you know, you can have some sauerkraut and bratwurst.
Yes.
And, you know, but yeah. So like Alexis said, we will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for listening this long, and we love you guys.
We love you guys so much. Thank you all. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.